Hey there, Jill from Jill Ortiz Fitness. Today I want to talk to you about healthier Thanksgiving dishes, one in particular, and that is stuffing. So this year I have big goals for my fitness, for my nutrition and transformation. And so I am not doing a lot of the traditional dishes for Thanksgiving this year. Mashed potatoes are out, boxed stuffing is out. Cranberry sauce is out for me. And so a big thing is that we look at all these traditional dishes for Thanksgiving and they're full of sugar, they're full of starches, and we have so many of them that it's really hard to even create a normal size plate and get to try all of the things. So this year I'm simplifying and I wanted to show you a stuffing alternative that I actually made last year. And this year I'm making it a little bit differently. Just today I am, but I'm going to give you lots of options because I'm using what's in my house right now. I didn't go shopping for anything special, but we have a lot of options that you can use. So instead of a stuffing that is bread based or corn muffin bread based, today I'm actually making a vegetable and protein based stuffing so that you can maybe use your carbs in other places, whether it be a glass of wine. I know in our family we make a special squash souffle that does have butter, eggs, and sugar and flour. And so sometimes we do have certain dishes that we love, but we don't have to have all of the dishes be carb, sugar, and fat based. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pan here. It's a nice big pan, and I'm just going to put a drizzle of olive oil. Now, if you're somebody who loves garlic, you have the option to cut some big garlic cloves, maybe in half, use them to infuse in the oil. I have garlic actually in my oil here. And then you can take the garlic cloves out at the end if you don't want a very garlicky dish. If you do want a garlicky dish, then you can chop garlic and put it in. Next, so that's nice and hot, I'm going to throw in a variety of vegetables that I had on hand. Now, last year, what I used in this dish was some chopped or shaved Brussels sprouts, a chopped fennel bulb, which I wish I had, some chopped celery for crunch, and some onion. Now, what I had in my house this year, similar to the Brussels sprouts, is some green cabbage. I also had the onion, and I had some broccoli. So that's what I'm using this year. We're gonna try it today and see how that turns out. So I'm just gonna put that right in here. And we're gonna let that kind of saute up, okay? And so right now, this is completely vegetable based, okay? What I've also done is for those of you who are wanting to make sure you get lots of protein in for this year, I also just cooked up a pot of quinoa. And so I always suggest, I think the best quinoa is made with my favorite vegetable broth instead of water, and that is College Inn Garden Vegetable Broth. I think they make the best vegetable broth. It's sweet, and it adds a depth of flavor to the dish that you're making. So I have my pot of quinoa here, and so this gives you a very healthy serving of protein, but also that bready texture without being bread-based, okay? So I'm just gonna put some of this in too while my veggies get sauteed. Now, one thing I forgot to go grab that I'm also gonna add in is some Italian breadcrumbs. So I just do a sprinkling of the breadcrumbs in there, and that kind of adds, again, more flavor, a little bit of breadiness to it, and you can control, I'm not giving you measurements, you can control how much of each thing you want in here. So if you want it to be more bread-like, stuffing-like, then you can add more quinoa, you can add a little more breadcrumbs. I like to keep it more veggie-based. Hang with me for a second while I grab those breadcrumbs from my pantry here. All right, and so that's sauteing up. I'm literally just dumping everything in at once, and it doesn't need a lot of cooking because you still want your veggies to stay nice and fresh and a little bit crunchy. So I just poured, I don't know, a quarter of a cup, maybe a half a cup of breadcrumbs over there, and it kind of gets all inside the broccoli. It just coats everything a little bit, so it has that bready flavor and taste to it. Now you can also add anything else you like, salt, pepper. Again, we have to be careful with salt intake on Thanksgiving because of a lot of these things end up having a lot of salt, whether it's in the turkey coating, whether it's in like a regular box stuffing. Those are full of sodium. Now, here's another thing, your cranberry sauce. Even if you're doing a fresh cranberry sauce and not the canned jelly stuff, it's still a lot of sugar. And when you add up everything in this meal that you're eating on Thanksgiving, it ends up adding up. And so I like to do, instead of the cranberry sauce, forget it all together. I like to add a handful of craisins to this stuffing. There we go, 2 dishes in one. Nice big handful of them. They're gonna go right in there. And think of how much sugar you saved while still getting the cranberry flavor in there, okay? Now I'm gonna have this for lunch today. I'm gonna take it to my son's soccer game and eat it on the sidelines. It looks delicious, it smells delicious. You can vary it however you like. If you have other ideas of things that you can add in here to make it yours, absolutely. But I don't think, at the end of the day, with all of the different things that you have to enjoy at Thanksgiving, I honestly don't think anybody's gonna say, hey, I'm really mad at you. You didn't have the mashed potatoes, I'm adding a little drizzle, the normal stuffing, the cranberry sauce. They're gonna look at their plate with the turkey, with this stuffing alternative, and whatever else you put on your table, maybe some sweet potatoes, maybe another veggie, and they're gonna be thankful that tomorrow they don't feel disgusting, right? And that's it. I'm done here. What did that take us? 5 minutes? I'm gonna turn the stove off, and I'm gonna give you a nice close look. See how much that is? See how gorgeous that is? It's got lots of flavor. Again, you can add salt, pepper, anything that you like to it. And I'll tell you, tomorrow, the day after Thanksgiving, you are gonna feel so much better that you've decided to go a little bit healthier route, but still have really delicious, tasty recipes. So stay tuned. I've got an entire Thanksgiving recipe guide for you if you're looking for a healthier Thanksgiving. So definitely grab that and stay tuned for all the great stuff I have for you to help you feel good this year after Thanksgiving.